Let's hit it. What's the rundown this week? Let's go through the rundown real fast before we go.
Yes, sir. All right. So for the rest of the episode, we have Shrek 5 talk, DCU slate, Daredevil Born Again talk, Oscars 2025 reactions. Him and I gonna talk about it. We gonna see what's up. And Invincible Season 3, episodes 6 and 7, reaction talk. Welcome to Film, where we break down films in a way anyone can enjoy. Whether you're new to movies or a seasoned fan, you're in the right place.
Yes, you are.
All right. To my left, I got my boy right here.
What is it
right
today?
now.
What's the name today?
Yep. We playing my favorite game. What is Zay's nickname gonna be? And
Is this
first
even
off-
a game? You're
Oh,
just
it's a
telling
game.
me.
It's a game for me. But it's a fun game. And
It is a
also,
fun
if
game.
you guys have any nicknames, let us know, because I would love to read them on the podcast. And also, when do we want to set a final date for like when we actually solidify your nickname?
An official nickname?
Yeah.
Let's go end of March.
Okay.
End of March officially.
End of March
Let's figure out
officially.
what day that is. I'll
Let's
find the
get
day.
it.
Keep talking.
No problem. But right now, the best nickname that he loves, and also a lot of people
March
actually
29th.
liked, March 29th. March 29th?
That's the last day. That's
Okay,
the
I'm
last Saturday in
tripping.
March.
So the name we have for him is ZayDB. And the inspiration for that is the app IMDb. Only because like he always gets information and stuff in his head, and he
I
just
just
has
know.
it.
I
Yeah,
just know.
He just pretty
I
much
just know.
knows. He's like Professor X, pretty much, except he has hair.
Speaking of hair, what do you guys think of the haircut? You like the haircut? I don't know if you noticed. I got a haircut.
I think it's pretty smooth.
pretty
I'm not
smooth?
gonna lie, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I know,
Rate his
whatever.
haircut 1 out
Hey,
of 10.
give me in the comments 1 out of 10, and only be nice. Only nice things.
All right, so let's get back to these nicknames. So I told you the last time on the episode I had a couple that I had saved for you, and I was about to say a little hint right there, but let's go to the first one. The Vault.
Ooh, whoa. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Okay, next one.
What do you think?
I don't know. That sounds too cool.
Okay.
I don't think it works for me. It's too cool.
I still like the Oracle for him. I'm just saying.
The Oracle's crazy. These names. The producer's laughing. That's what I'm saying. Those are just like, those are code names.
Like he's a superhero.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's still a nickname if you think about it.
I am a superhero.
All right. Next one. Zaypedia.
Zaypedia. Too close. Okay.
What do you think?
I like ZayDB more still.
All right, no problem. And then the last one for this week, Zaygorithm.
Like the algorithm?
Yeah. Hey, I thought that was
we gotta
really
go
fun.
back to the drawing board. I still like ZayDB
All right, ZayDB still the winner so far?
so far.
All right,
On
let
the
us know in the
bracket.
comments what y'all think about ZayDB. But I like it too. I
like
was
it
just trying to say these just in case.
Full spoilers for both Daredevil, Born Again, and Invincible Season 3. We'll say them at the top when we start. But just to let you know, we will be spoiling everything.
Yes, so if you don't want spoilers, get out.
Or just like skip around. We'll have time to
Skip
or just
around
skip
too.
around.
But you know, if you don't want to get spoiled, just be warned. This is your warning.
All right, let's get straight to Shrek 5.
Yes, sir. What did you think about that teaser trailer?
Okay, I'm kind of glad you asked me first because I think I probably care the least. I think he looks perfectly fine. I think he looks just fine. Not weird. I finally got the difference. I finally see. I looked, like I stared. I
Yeah.
had my friends talk to me, and I'm just like looking at it. Yes, I see the difference. They definitely changed the style a lot. It isn't just like a better looking version of Shrek. They definitely changed like the direction of the art. I still like it. Like, I don't know. It's definitely... I think it's maybe... Look, you have to remember Shrek is a product of its time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're going to get a Shrek 5 that was going to look as gross as those other ones do. Not to, like... I don't mean that in, like, a negative way. I think they just have a very hyper-realistic look that, like... I don't think they want to do now anymore because I think DreamWorks is really trying to differentiate themselves from Pixar.
Yeah.
And I think Pixar, like, they don't want to, like, have things look like How to Train Your Dragon, you know, from Pixar. I think they're, like, already trying to, like, bridge the gap, and that's from Puss in Boots, right? Like, it was a lot more comic book.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Puss in
I
Boots was
think
incredible.
they, and, like, Wild Robot, which had, like, insane art direction. I feel like the early stuff, like Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon, definitely have an art style. Like, I don't want to, like, say it just looks like real stuff or whatever. That's not true. But they definitely, like... I think compared to some of the things they're making now, it's definitely different. Like, I think they're leaving that part of them away and trying to do kind of like their own thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel you.
But now you can just, what do you, Phil, what do you think of the Shrek 5?
I mean, obviously, I love that we're getting a Shrek 5, first off. Like, I'm going to put that out because I love Shrek. I love Puss in Boots. And I heard that apparently we're getting a Donkey spinoff also, which
Really?
I'm really hype about,
Why?
if that really is true. Why? Because Eddie Murphy is Donkey. Donkey's funny.
But he's in Shrek. He's already, like, damn near a main character in Shrek.
Yeah, but, like, if we got Puss in Boots spinoff, I want a stinking Donkey
Yeah, but Puss in
spinoff.
Boots has nowhere near the same amount of screen time as...
I feel like they
Donkey.
could cook with a Donkey project. I'm be for real. But the image we got of his whole family and Donkey, I did not like all of it. I'm gonna say that I like Fiona's design. I like Zendaya's character's design. I forgot her name, but obviously it's Shrek's daughter. I'm just gonna say Shrek's daughter. But with Shrek and Donkey, I did not like their design, especially Donkey's hair and then his little goatee that he has at the bottom. I'm like, it looks rough. And then even, I'm going to quote the donkey who reacted to it at Universal Studios. That made me look homeless, man. That made me look terrible. That was the funniest clip.
mean,
he was roasting on himself.
Donkey's practically homeless.
He's part of
Tell
the
me
family.
I'm wrong.
Technically, he isn't homeless because he...
I can talk about Donkey however I want. You know, he's not here. He's not here. Me and him, we're not on good.
But
we're not on
he's still
speaking
the
terms.
OG of waffles, man. You can't be talking about the OG of waffles like that, man. Come on.
I don't know.
He gonna get you at the Waffle House.
Look, I understand people have like crazy love for Shrek and like this weird nostalgia for it
Yeah.
because they're great movies. I barely remember
amazing.
them. I'll definitely watch them again before Shrek 5. But I don't understand the like absolute like people were comparing this to the same level as the Sonic design, and that's insane to me because this is nowhere near as bad.
Okay, it's not as bad as that first
No,
design
not
of Sonic.
even as bad.
but
It's nowhere. It's not even the same conversation.
But you gotta understand, like, for people who didn't really know, and I'll be surprised if people didn't really know who Sonic was, but for people who didn't really like know the character or seen him before, maybe it was a bad design, but it wasn't that bad for them. For people like me who love Shrek, this and that, like you probably love Shrek too, but for people who've like been there since day one for Shrek, they're probably looking at this going like, this is an abomination. Like what the heck? And then to other people, it's kind of like, I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like the old one, but I mean, it's fine.
Here's the thing. As someone who's not a massive... I'm definitely more of a Sonic fan than I am a Shrek fan.
Yeah.
But as someone who's not on either side like crazy, I can tell you that the Sonic design is so bad, and it's so bad that they made fun of it in a Chip and Dale movie. Like, that's how bad it was. You know? They're not going to be making fun of the Shrek design in a Chip and Dale movie because it just looks like Shrek. It just looks like Shrek, but like a little bit different. So that's what I'm saying is like, they're nowhere near in the same conversation where people are like, hey, you think we could bully DreamWorks enough into redoing the whole design? No, you're not, because it's not that bad. It's not like they absolutely like put a picture of Shrek and Shrek next to each other and then put a picture of Sonic and Sonic from the original trailer next to each other and like compare, because they are not the same.
Oh, it was bad.
It's awful.
Okay. Then on that point, yeah, I understand you, but still, I'm gonna need them to juice it up a little bit.
Yeah, but
Just
like
juice
also
it up
we
a
got
bit.
like 5 seconds. We can't like, let's see it in motion. Let's get a trailer.
Yeah.
Let's get a full trailer and then let's make our judgments, because right now, like, who knows? Can I be honest with you? Hot take, I don't think Shrek 5 is gonna be good.
Why?
Kung Fu Panda 4 is bad.
I mean, yeah,
Shrek 4 was bad.
but if you, I didn't think Shrek 4 was that bad.
But like mass people think so, right? That's not
Yeah.
like Shrek 3. Do people like Shrek 3?
But I don't really feel like I don't really see critiques with Shrek 4. Like I don't hear them. Like
But do people talk about Shrek 4?
nah, but they don't really talk bad about it either. Like crazy, like you know.
Shrek 4 Rotten Tomatoes score. Because look, I feel like people have so much nostalgia for the first two because they're hilarious.
I like Shrek the Third though. Shrek the Third.
Do people Shrek the Third?
That's literally the title of it.
Shrek Forever After has a 58% by critics and a 54% by people.
Oh.
Let's go Shrek 3. Shrek the Third, that's literally what it's called. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying. This one has a 41% by critics and a 52% by people.
Dang.
That's what I'm saying. Is they're 2 for 4.
Y'all hate on these movies, dang.
It's because Shrek 1 and 2 are classics. And like they tried to do that with the third and the fourth one, and they're just not as good. I think whatever magic was in Shrek 1 and Shrek 2, they don't got for Shrek 5.
But I don't know. You don't feel like DreamWorks, because I understand the Kung Fu Panda 4 thing. Like it wasn't that as good or even that good compared to the first 3. I didn't even like the third one that much too. Maybe I gotta watch it again, but the run that they've had with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and The Wild Robot, you don't think that could carry on?
But you don't think, but like you gotta remember, Kung Fu Panda's literally in between both those.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not
like
trying
it's,
to. I'm not
like,
trying to.
That's
get
what I'm
into
saying
that.
is like those. I feel like Puss in Boots I get is in the same world, so
Yeah.
maybe like there's just like there's some sauce that they have in there.
Mm-hmm.
But Puss in Boots and Shrek as characters and as stories, I think are completely different.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell a really serious Shrek story like they did with Puss in Boots.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can, and like it'll be great. But I don't think. I like Puss in Boots more. I always have. But like, I think Puss in Boots just has way more potential to tell like very serious stories as opposed to Shrek because of just like I think their characters. I feel like their characters are completely different. Both are funny, but Shrek. You know, I don't really know how to explain it. I don't think it's gonna be good, and that's like my gut reaction. I'm definitely open like to being like, hey, I liked it here and there, but I'm like looking at it now. I'm like, I can see this not good. See this being not good. Even when they announced it, I was like, I can see that not being good. Like it's not. I don't think it's a definite like yeah, it's gonna hit like crazy. I think it's a definite it'll make a lot of money. I think it'll make $1 billion probably, maybe. But I don't want to. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that because I don't know how much movie the others.
Yeah, like with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I think it only made like 300 or 400.
Yeah,
but it was still good because that was an animated movie.
Animated a lot of money. Yeah, you're right. So I forget they don't make that much money.
Yeah, animated movies, they're so good. But the problem is people will literally be like no matter what. Oh, what are you trying to watch? Oh, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Oh, what is it? It's an animated. Oh, you're telling me it's an animated movie? I'm not trying to go see it because animation movies suck because everybody wants to wait until that stuff gets out on like streaming because they feel like they're wasting their time if they go to the movies watching it.
So, yeah.
I love animated movies, to be honest.
Sorry, yeah. Shrek 5 probably won't make $1 billion. I think it will make a crap ton of money though, for sure.
I hope it makes 600.
And I hope it's good, but I don't know. I don't think they got it. I don't think they got it.
Honestly, it's not a bad take because, you know, animated movies, like we said, sometimes people don't come out to go see it. But maybe it'll do pretty well.
I think it'll for sure do well. But I just don't think it'll be that good.
Nah,
hopefully,
I feel
though.
you.
Let's move on to DCU.
Next up,
This is
your
what I'm
favorite
talking
section right here.
Let me run through it, all right?
DCU slate.
Let me hit you with the projects we have. Lanterns officially starts production. They announced 3 animated shows. Starfire, My Adventures with Green Lantern, and Superpowers. And then the last thing was they announced that they have like an 8-year plan that's going to culminate into an Avengers Endgame style movie. So once Superman hits, 8 years from now, hopefully we will have somewhere in that like time stream something. And then they have a goal. This is what I'm kind of more want to talk about. Their goal is each year, correct me if I'm wrong, it was each year, right?
Yeah.
They want to hit 2 live action movies, 1 animated movie, 2 live action shows, and 2 animated shows.
Right on the money.
I don't like that.
Why?
Okay.
No, I genuinely mean
No,
why.
backtrack. I hope these aren't all DCU projects because think about it. Sorry, Anthony. I keep hitting the desk, I guess. I'm going to be still.
You good?
Okay. I just don't think that like they're gonna fall into the same position Marvel did. Marvel is trying to hit what? They were hitting 3 movies a year and 2 shows, and look how bad the quality was because there was no like connective tissue between all of them because there's so many projects. I'm scared that's gonna happen here, and I trust James Gunn maybe more than Kevin Feige because I think like when treating the new DC universe, you have to tread very lightly because if this messes up, if anything flops, especially Superman, but like if something flops here, you're basically done. So like I hope they're more careful. I just think this is a really ambitious goal to be saying outright because like if things don't hit, people are going to be upset. If you do hit this goal and things aren't as good, people are going to be upset. So it just seems like you're setting yourself up for failure, I think. I just don't really understand the reason for even saying this as a goal.
Yeah.
Like how about we do 1 movie, maybe 2, like 2 you can argue for, I guess. 1 animated movie, they've been doing that, and then like a live action show 1, maybe 2 animated shows. I don't know, like you can cut down a couple of these. I feel like you don't need to hit all this, and you don't need to do it each year. I get if there's a big DC year, maybe like 2 years from now, let's say they have a big year, boom, that makes sense. But like to want to hit this every year, that seems a little ambitious to me.
Gotcha.
And I just don't think. I think you've had 1 project come out, so why are we doing this now? You know, we don't even know yet. Creature Commando is like. I get it's DCU, but I won't even completely count it. I think it really starts. James Gunn even said it really starts with Superman. So like, let's wait to see if Superman hits before we start saying, "Yeah, here we go. We're gonna do 2 live action shows and all that other crap." What do you think?
honestly, this gets me really excited because I'm gonna be for real. Obviously, I was on the side of I hate this, I hate DCU because I'm still a really big Zack Snyder fan. But hearing this, watching Creature Commandos, and seeing the trailer for Superman, I actually think there's something here. And the only reason why I say that is because obviously I'm a bigger fan of DC than I am Marvel. I love Marvel Studios and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but if the DCEU really hit the way I thought it was, then I would have been like, oh yeah, DCEU over Marvel. But this gets me excited, and the only reason why I'm a big fan of DC is because I think their stories for all their characters are much better to me than Marvel. Mm-hmm. And hearing this, that they want to do two live action movies, one animated movie, 2 live action shows, and 2 animated shows. Shows and 1 movie. Okay, I get it. It gets me excited because I'm like, wait, that gives them more room to bring in more characters and actually make people more attached to it. Because with Creature Commandos, I'm not going to lie, I thought I wasn't going to really get attached to any of them. Maybe like 1 or 2 of them, but I actually liked all of them. I liked a lot of their stories, and I know one of them died, and it was like we didn't really get to know her, but it's like I still was invested in these characters. So if he were to give me this much content, and let's just say maybe the 1 animated movie is a static movie, 2 live action shows could be something about Milestone Comics, 2 live action movies could be about Hawkeye and
Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Hawkman. I always confuse it.
Okay.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and then give me something with what's his name? I forgot his name. No, what's the dude's name? He transforms. Not Quasimodo.
Oh,
the devil type of dude.
Oh my, Metamorpho?
No, not Metamorpho.
No, he doesn't do that. I don't even know what he does.
The one creature, he not Bizarro, but I'd be cool with that too. Even the Supergirl stuff. The whole point is, I would love to just see. No, this helps me.
Like, sorry for you guys. You guys know you're probably screaming. Just say it in the comments, please.
Yeah, they're probably like, oh, it's the one person. I can't remember his name. It's a dark character that's with what's his name? Constantine.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, never mind. But even Constantine, there's just a whole bunch of characters that they could bring in, and I feel like they could do a better job than Marvel was. Because now, if you see it, Marvel is now trying to bring in all these different characters that we were never attached to earlier, and it kind of just ruins the feel or the vibe. Because now we're in this place where we have nostalgia with the MCU, and then when we see, I liked Miss Marvel, but when people see Miss Marvel, they're like, she's a kid. She sucks, whatever. I mean, I liked her, but everybody else is like that. Same with the whole Wonder Man project that's coming out. Nobody knows him, but, it's so much later. It's like, we don't care. Like, I feel like with this is going to generate that, like,
Wonder Man does seem like a random project, but that's not even sorry.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I really do think that there's something here, and I think that this gets me more excited.
Here's the problem. Yeah. And maybe I'm just nitpicking at things you're saying.
No problem.
But the word you used is content. Mm-hmm. And I guess technically it is, but I don't like looking at these cinematic universes as just let's push out content.
Yeah.
Because like it's so much more than that. Really, I like this because like even though like the big movie people will say it's not, I think this is art. Yeah. Like this is genuine art because you're connecting a universe of things together to make one big thing. That's crazy. So when we're saying like we want to hit all these things, it kind of just sounds like you're trying to like meet content goals. And I don't like that. Like things should just come out when they're ready, Gotcha. So to be like, hey, we're going to hit this and that and this. And if I'm being honest, they're definitely not going to hit these. I think like maybe within the first year or two, they'll probably hit it. After that, no. I think this is going to go to crap so fast. But like hearing this, again, I just don't like this push that like things need to come out to hit like these content goals, to hit these numbers. When really, I think it's so much more than the numbers. But I understand that, like, these things need to make money. Yeah. So, like, it's a weird line to cross. But I want to talk about the projects. First, let's talk about Green Lantern first. Because now we're getting so much Green Lantern love all of a sudden. We went from that garbage Ryan Reynolds movie to seeing lanterns for whatever, just dying in Zack Snyder's movies, to now actually having them. We're getting a Lanterns live-action show, and we're getting the My Adventures with Green Lantern. I want to talk My Adventures with Green Lantern first. Have you seen My Adventures with Superman?
Yes.
Did you watch the second season?
I am 5 episodes in on season 2. I haven't lost the last 3.
Okay, I've been meaning to watch second season. I haven't gotten to it, but I love the first season.
Yeah.
I love that they're committing to this universe. I like it. I see this is what I want. Like, that's cool. I would love for this to be an Elseworlds thing. Let's get My Adventures with Flash. Let's get My Adventures with Green Lantern. Let's just keep growing this as like its own. It feels very much like a comic book. I don't know. Like I guess you could say that with like every project they do, but I love that, like, you know how like they're doing the absolute run right now for like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. This is what this feels like. Like, oh, let's give these characters runs. Like My Adventures Superman, My Adventures Superman. It's so fun, and I like that they're like trying to fill out that universe more. Lanterns, a lot of hate going around.
For the live action?
Yeah, live action show.
Want
to know why? You saw the picture of the two. What are the actors' names? I forgot.
Aaron Pierre and I keep calling him Coach because of stinking Friday Night Lights. I forgot his name, but he's a well-known actor.
But him, yes. People hating on that production picture. They're like, why does this look so bad?
Why?
Dude, literally beats me. We were talking about it before the episode, and Phil was like, oh, I can't wait for you to tell me why everyone's hating. I don't even know why everyone's hating.
You're kidding.
Dog, I was just seeing the picture, everyone be like, this looks like garbage. Oh my gosh, this sucks. Like, oh my gosh, Zack Snyder gives so much more sauce to the land. Bro, the show hasn't even it just started production. You think you're gonna have fully CGI rendered images within the first week of them starting? No. You guys don't understand how production works. I barely understand how production works. But I have enough brain cells to understand that it's not gonna be ready yet. Guys, this is insane. Like, the hate was crazy. And look, truthfully, not the best picture. It isn't. But like, I didn't think it was them being like, here's your first image from the lantern show. No, this sort of just looked like, here are your lanterns, look at them walking, and if you zoom in on their finger, they have a lantern ring on it. So it's like, it just didn't seem like anything to me, but I'm happy the show's starting production. I'm really excited for that show. I hope it hits. Do you think, like, what do you think? Do you think it's...
So, I was like hyped when you were going to tell me why people are hating, but when you just told me that, and it's based off of a stinking photo... Guys, what are we doing? It just started just like he said, it just started production. And I'm not gonna lie, the photo looked tough to me. Like, if you guys haven't seen Rebel Ridge, Brody, like, he was doing his whole marketing ploy or marketing tour for Mufasa, and Brody had the waves a little bit more like in depth. He had the beard and everything, and right here, he's looking like Jon Stewart. He's looking like him. And then we have an old Hal Jordan.
So cool, by the way.
Huh?
I like that. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy they're doing it.
We have an old Hal Jordan with the ring on his finger. And it's not like the ring sucks. The ring looks pretty tough.
You can't even really see it.
I got a more zoomed in photo right here. Obviously, it's still a little pixelated, but you can see the green. And it got a little gold black in there with it. But, bro... Give it time.
Let's let the show get.
It's a photo,
dude. Like, I'm the guy that's like, let's let the show come out. Let's let the show just get a trailer at the very least.
That's annoying,
before we start
bro.
judging. But are you excited for Green Lantern, My Adventure Green Lantern, Lanterns Project? What do you?
I'm gonna be for real. I am not the. I kind of liked season 1. I gave it like a. I was on the side of like 6 or 7 out of 10, but. The second season, it kind of it's a little to me. I'm not really feeling it, but I like what they're doing because this is the coolest thing to me that I think animation does really well. So, for example, with Justice League Unlimited and Justice League Animated Series, Batman Animated Series, Batman Beyond, this and that, I feel like this stuff is good to bring people into the superhero world if they love watching TV shows or even if they love watching animated stuff, so that. For example, when Superman comes out, people watch My Adventures with Superman. People loved it because I know everyone loves it. It's going to bring fans in no matter what because they saw that Superman, they liked it. Now they're going to be like, okay, they're making a live action show. Bop, boom. So when My Adventures with Green Lantern comes out, I'm hyped for that because this generates hype. And when people see the live action show comes out, they're going to go over the max, watch it.
Yeah.
I love this, to be honest.
My little brother's pretty excited for Superman movie because... like the show. Like
exactly.
Yeah, it works.
It generates good publicity. So I'm cool with that. I think you should stay away from The Flash for like another 6 or 7 years just to let the...
I disagree. I don't like that take. Maybe. I understand the movie was bad, but we also had a show that went on for 8 years. Like, I understand, like, the show kind of falls off near the end, but, like, people that have nostalgia for The Flash have nostalgia for the first 3 seasons. Okay. And, like, we love The Flash, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think you need to stay away from The Flash right now. But yeah, sorry. Keep going.
No. Then let me change what I said. Maybe bring a My Adventures with Flash in.
That's what I want.
And make it good and generate some better publicity for it. Besides the whole run that was going on with the live action Flash movie.
Yeah, that was rough.
Maybe that'll make it better. But I like what they're doing with that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I want to get to the superpowers thing because this is the one where I...
Explain it to me.
So what it's saying here, and this is provided by DCU Direct on Twitter, superpowers will take place at the Alliance School for Heroes, where Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra level up their powers under the supervision of Martian Manhunter.
So is it like a Young Justice situation?
That's what I'm feeling like, but if the Flash is there and if Green Lantern
Could
is
be
there,
like a Wally West or a
that's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
But oh my bad.
No, I was gonna say, have you ever seen Young Justice?
Yeah, I love Young
I
Justice.
need to watch it.
I
That's a show
love
I need to
it.
get on. But
That was the first season of it. I was almost getting bored with it for a sec, or the second season, but that was because I was a little kid. When I grew up, and then they started making it, because that was the craziest thing with the animated shows and movies, because that's why I love them so much. Like, they did a really good job of telling the stories and connecting them, pretty much. But with Young Justice, it almost got political, not like in the way where it's like, oh, the connect to the world. It's like they were making political moves and talking about political stuff.
it was like big picture stuff.
Yeah, and then it would move into something else. And I thought it was boring at first, but when I got older, I watched it again, and I was like, oh crap, this is crazy. And then it got rated R. Like it went from PG-13 or even PG to full out rated R. Like the last season they came out with the General Zod stuff, I don't care what anybody else feels like. And they also connected the Green Lantern's animated show into it. Mm-hmm. And I got lit when that happened. My boy came in and I was like, oh, but Young Justice is cool, like really cool. Now with this, I can kind of see that they do something like that with this, but also this could just be another way to introduce live action Flash, live action Lantern. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe that could be the case.
Yeah. And then finally Starfire. Starfire's getting her own animated show.
Oh yeah.
Kind of interesting. I feel like we need more Robin stuff personally. But Starfire,
yes!
like I don't know, like
yes!
Like no hate to Starfire or anything. I don't know a whole lot about Starfire. Mm-hmm. I feel like Robin does not get enough love. So like, or maybe like bring back like, I mean they're doing a live action Teen Titans, so like we'll get them back or whatever. But live animated Starfire show taking place on her planet. Do you know what it's called? I forgot what her planet's called. It's okay.
Tamaran.
Okay, yeah. I feel like that show that has potential. Has potential to be really cool. Do you think there's a chance they try and connect it to anything Teen Titans later?
Yes.
Like, do you think this show will end with her coming to Earth, or do you think maybe halfway through? Yeah. I feel like that makes sense.
1000%. Because then hear this. Provided by DCU Direct again from Twitter. Starfire will serve as an origin story for Teen Titan as she escapes her home planet of Tamaran in an ancient spaceship to explore the stars for adventure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So basically, it's going to be like a prologue.
She's working her way to Earth, basically.
Working her way to Earth and seeing what's going on in space with her. Because that was the whole thing that happened in Teen Titans when in the first not the first episode, but one of the episodes when they were showing like how they all came to be the Teen Titans. Like literally, she came down to Earth and something was chasing her, and then Robin was there and he was like trying to see what the heck's going on. She kisses him, gains the English language, and she's like, what is this planet, this and that? Because apparently in Teen Titans, like when she kisses people, she she understands their language after or can speak it. So I mean, this could be like, I don't know if they could actually like do a thing where it's like the Starfire from the old Teen Titans show and then make this prologue for it, or this could be a whole different thing and open it into.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah,
I've never seen the original Teen Titans cartoon.
You gotta watch it, bro.
I know. I do.
That cartoon is
so cold. It was like
cold.
just after my time, so like I was so sad. I grew up around like Teen Titans Go.
Oh,
but say what you will about Teen Titans Go.
Damn,
that show's so funny. They got good comedy in there. They know what they're doing. They're hilarious. The movie is really good. No, but valid. But they make fun of you guys so much.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I love it. I think it's
love
hilarious.
them making fun of us because I hate it still.
I never liked the show growing up as a kid. But yeah, Teen Titans is definitely, there's a lot of DC, I think, animated stuff. Like I'm trying to start like pushing into my brain. Like I'm gonna start the Batman animated series soon, so I'll keep y'all posted on that. Yeah,
you in for a treat.
But yeah, DCU excited. I am too. There's potential here. I like it.
Excited.
Again, I love the push for animated, and I like that he's treating it so much like this is big. Like, look, we're doing animated, and like they do the same thing. DC, I feel like has always been doing it with comics too.
Yeah.
And they go, guys, look, like we're doing this thing. Like they care so much. I love it. I just think it's nice. It's cool.
I hope they get a win, bro. Like I know, like I said earlier, like I was a Zack Snyder fan, even though I did like the MCU more than the DCEU. Like I still am a Zack Snyder fan, but I want this to do good because I love DC. I want I want the projects to hit because I want a Static Shock movie or TV show. I want it.
That'll
or
happen
Static,
soon.
my bad.
That'll happen soon for sure.
I need it, bro. Next up, Daredevil Born Again.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
All right. Okay. Do we want to do like a number score for the first 2 episodes, or do you kind of just want to get into discussion?
I want to do a number score for the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
So, season 1, episode 1 of Daredevil Born Again. What is your score? 1 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Season 1, episode 2, 8 out of 10. I give them both 8s.
Okay.
I like them both.
Mm-hmm. So, at first, when I finished season 1, episode 1, I was giving it a 5 or 6 out of 10. But then when I like looked at my notes and then I talked about my likes and dislikes, I kind of settled down and I thought about the meaning of the first episode more than like the production. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give the first episode a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Episode 2, I'm leaning more towards an 8 or a 9.
Okay.
Leaning more towards an 8 or a 9.
Okay. Why didn't you like the first episode?
The first episode,
because I think we might have the same dislike. Like, I have a very serious dislike.
Yeah. So, I like the way it opened up.
Real fast. Spoilers for Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah. Please, if you don't want spoilers for this, leave.
Get out of here.
But, the opening of it, that shot of it just opening up like this and then showing me the city, I was like, oh, that's the feeling I need right there. That's
it felt
tough.
like The Bear.
Yeah.
You know, like in The Bear when they'll like go around Chicago and they like do like the it literally felt like that.
I love the feeling they were giving me there, and I also love like the atmosphere and how dark it was. And then it showed me Foggy, Matt, and Karen, and they were in the bar.
My ghost.
And I mean, I also
Sorry.
Oh no, you good?
No, I hit the table. That's why I looked at Anthony.
But I mean, I love that they put us back into the world so seamlessly. Because if you finish like season 3 of Daredevil,
which I finished literally last year, so I was like, I'm right there.
Yeah. So literally, it felt like we were just getting right back into it, even though like this is right after She-Hulk and all that, or maybe I don't know. We're still trying to figure out.
It is.
Oh wait, it is. Yeah, because it's after She-Hulk and Echo, because then they already showed us that he's trying to run from there.
Yeah.
Or Fisk. But the thing that bothered me was the way some of the shots were with the first fight.
Really?
I loved how smoky it was in there a little bit, but I felt like they were kind of fighting in slow motion.
It felt too like choreographed?
Not too choreographed. It felt slow compared to like, I felt like in the old show, they were a little bit more faster and a little bit more like stronger. It seemed like they were already exhausted. In a way,
in the fight right now?
In the fight in the first episode of Daredevil Born Again.
Really? I feel like I always feel like that. Like, I feel like they're very, like you punch a guy in the face, and he's just like, and he, like, goes back. Like, I think, the word is, I think, like, very overly choreographed, where, like, it's like when you're watching, I don't know if you watch, like, wrestling, but, like, when you watch, like WWE, like, they're setting each other up to do other things on each other, you know? So, like, things will move a lot slower just so you can hit, like, some crazy move or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always felt like that, but anyways, you're good.
No, it's cool. That's what it felt like to me at the start of it. But the feeling it was giving me, and even introducing Bullseye back into it, I was like, that was pretty cool. And also, sadly, spoiler, Foggy dies.
So that's that was like my gripe. That's the thing I don't like right now is I want to see how the season goes. I'm not being like, oh, they killed off Foggy and Karen's gone, so I hate the show. I want to like definitely give it space because everything outside of that I love right now. But we'll get into that. Killing off Foggy this early, I don't like. I think that's like I would have loved for you to do like an episode 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Because like I think especially for people that didn't watch the original show, like this random guy just died. Like, oh, that's Matt's best friend. Oh no. But like it hits so much harder here.
Yeah.
When you're like I just watched the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So I'm fresh. Like I'm like, dude, that hit hard.
Oh yeah.
And the scene is done really well. It's so good. It's such a good scene, but I don't like the decision.
Yeah.
And now Karen's gone. And it's just like,
yeah,
I don't like it.
That was another thing with me, but I mean, I'm getting used to it because
I am too.
It's kind of going with Matt's like struggles and
I think she comes back.
Yeah.
Karen will for sure come back, and they did confirm before we like get into more discussion that Foggy and Karen are going to be coming back for season 2. Whatever that means,
I think
don't
that's going
know.
to be like past stuff.
I
like
think so too,
flashbacks.
but like you'll see them still. I think imagine season 2 they'll like bridge the gap between season 3 and the first season of this in a weird way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good,
I keep
man.
hitting the desk again. That's that's why I'm saying sorry.
You're good, but one of the things I also had a problem with, I did not like how the camera was moving in that fight, like when they were going up the stairs and everything. And usually I love that type of stuff. I just think it looked weird. Like, and maybe that goes into the way they were fighting too, but so I loved the shots first of like, you know, Daredevil swinging in, being on the stairs, dropping down. I was like, that was tough. I love the shot of Bullseye, especially walking in with the gun and everything, and the fog and everything.
Hello, Karen.
Yeah,
So
I thought
good.
that was so
geeked
tough.
When he said that, like, yes.
I thought that was really cool. But then when you go into the bar and then you have that fight going on, and at first, like when they gives you the first shot of it and it's smoky in that first area, it's like, okay, this is okay. And then I'm getting the fighting and all that. But then when it starts moving back, I felt like it wasn't really clicking for me. It's hard to explain. Even when they were going up the stairs, I was like, I'm not liking the way the camera's moving and the way like this is being shot. And maybe it was because it seemed like, and I understand getting knives thrown at your back. Obviously, you're going to be exhausted, and obviously, it's going to look, you're going to look tired and this and that. But even in that instance, like there was so many times they just stopped for a sec. And then all of a sudden they're going fast again or something like that. But I feel like if
you don't like that though? I love that.
I love it. I just think that in a different, I feel like it should have been shot a different way, in my opinion. It just looked off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something that I kept wrestling with because I saw it over and over again. And I'm like, I don't like this shot.
Sorry, it's weird because I'm in a completely different place than you. I love it. That entire fight, like from start to finish, I was like, it just felt so like the original show. It felt very much like the vibes of like it's like the first season. I don't know if it's the first episode or like a couple episodes in when he breaks into that one place where the guy's doing the bad stuff and they have a kid in there and Matt's just like beating the crap out of the dudes and he like knocks it out and he tries to stand and catch his breath and the guy comes back at him and he punches him back down and like the guys just don't stay down.
You talking about the hallway scene?
Yes, it's like the first one.
I like the hallway scene.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it just felt so much like that to me, except now he's fighting Bullseye.
Yeah.
And every time they'd be fighting and you'd hear Foggy's heartbeat, it'd go back to his heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then he'd drown it out to focus more on the fight and it'd keep going. All the way until they got onto the roof. When it finally stops.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, I don't know. That hit so much. And I don't know. I think the way it was shot was actually really good. When they closed the door and you could see their shadow fighting. My one gripe was there was too much smoke. At some point, I couldn't really see them. That was like, okay, I can't really see you guys. Like, I don't know what you're doing. But like when Bullseye's like when they start going up the stairs and Bullseye's just killing random people for fun.
Oh yeah, I was like, dang, bro, you something's wrong with you.
I don't know. It just felt so Daredevil, and I don't know. I loved it. Like we're in a completely different place, and now I'm kind of curious. I'll probably watch it again, like out of just pure curiosity. But I want to get to the point. Now they're at the top, right? They're fighting. Foggy's dead. His heart stops. Karen like holding him and just like crying whatever, and Matt freaking like screaming and crying and all that stuff, and then Bullseye does the most disrespectful thing ever. He doesn't just laugh at him, he taps his shoulder like it's funny. Like he's like, oh come on, like right, and Daredevil just lets him drop. That hit. That was so good.
That's when I really liked it when he threw him, because I was like, that is literally what a person should do in that situation. I'm just being for real. Like the stuff he just went through, all the dead bodies he just saw Brody killing. That was one thing I was thinking. Maybe that's why I was like iffy on it. Maybe it was because I thought that if it was in first person of Matt's point of view, and then him just seeing like Bullseye kill all these people in the bar, like the scene where they're in the pool table area. He throws like whatever stuff at the people, kills them. Even going upstairs, he's killing all these random people. I feel like that would have hit a little bit more, because then even hearing that, and then you go up top and he's doing. I just feel like a first person view would have been better. Maybe that's what I was wrestling with.
Think about it like in Matt's perspective right now. He's so focused on Foggy and him fighting Bullseye that these people right now, nothing matters right now. It's just him, Foggy, Bullseye. That's it. So I think that's just like the difference. But when he drops Bullseye and Karen freaks out, she doesn't know if it's Matt or not. So she's like, dude, again, like, I don't know. There's just so many. This show feels so different to anything the MCU has done.
Oh, yeah.
In ever. Like, it's so much darker, and I love it. These characters... This episode proved to me that Daredevil is some of the best work Marvel's ever done.
Yeah.
Because, like, characters are able to react like that, and it doesn't feel, like, weird or dumb. It just, like, it works so well. It's so good. But now they're gone. Okay. The scene in the courthouse with Matt talking about, now my friend's dead. This guy deserves, like, life and whatever. So good. And, like, Karen showing up, their little, like, conversation about how, like, I didn't know where you were for a few weeks. Like, my best friend just died. He's like, well, he was my friend, too.
That's
and, like, and she felt like she had to move because it's not safe in Hell's Kitchen. Like, again, I don't like that she's gone, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very valid, like, okay, you'll probably come back at some point. But,
It makes sense for her to come back at that point, too, because it's a court case.
yeah, that was just, like, that was my only gripe with it was, man, like, I am so upset that, like, this show's coming out now, and it seemed like we all, like, as a community, fought so hard to keep Karen and Foggy around.
Yeah.
Because remember, originally the show's 16 episodes. Matt was getting into suit to the 4th episode.
Yeah.
And Foggy and Karen weren't even in the show. And it was like, it seemed like they switched the narrative on us. We're like, no, we're fixing it. Like, it's going to feel like they're around.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not. Like, Foggy's dead. Karen's gone. So it's like, well... I do think that whatever they had originally planned was probably awful because Kevin Feige fired everyone on that team. But it seems like you guys made the exact same decision that, like, they did. So I don't really understand, like why you, like, tried to, like, push them so hard in the marketing and, like, look, they're around. Look, guys, like, look, they're here. Because they're not. Like, they're gone. I think Karen will come back. I'm just upset Foggy's gone because I wanted to see more of him, and I love Foggy so much. I would have loved to see, imagine Foggy versus Fisk running for mayor.
Oh, man.
That'd been pretty cool.
That would have been tough.
That'd been pretty cool. Like, I just think it would have worked, especially with, like, where Foggy's character was at the end of season 3.
Yeah.
He has so many connections.
Yeah.
The way he's, like, the police love him, and, like, and, like, the way he cares for, like, the small people. Remember, like, the old lady he cares for? Like, stuff like that. Just, like, glimpses into Foggy's character. I think a struggle between him and Fisk would have been so good and would have kept him relevant into the plot. I would have been obsessed with that.
And I feel like it would have made it better, too, because I understand that Bullseye killing him still was a huge impact. But also, what if, like, out of the blue, Kingpin knows he can't beat Foggy, so he's like, the only way I can beat him is if I kill him.
And then it would, like, mess with, like, his entire, like, truce he made with Matt in the end of the 3rd season, where he was like, I'm not going to mess with them.
Exactly. Yeah. So then, like, what if, like, Matt finds out Kingpin's trying to kill Foggy, and then, like, they're having this big battle, like, he's trying to hide Foggy. Next thing you know, like, Foggy gets captured, Kingpin kills him, and then Matt just goes nuts. I feel like that would have been a better impact, especially, like, to end the season for season 1 of Daredevil. I feel like that would have been nuts.
Yeah, I agree. Correct me if I'm wrong. Another scene I liked, it was his first episode or second episode. It's when he goes to the church, and he won't go in. Like, he won't walk in because he can't forgive himself for what he did. Because he basically...
That's the second episode.
You remember, like, he walks up to the church and he just stands out there and listens because he can't get himself to go inside. Obsessed with stuff like that.
I felt so bad for him,
yeah,
bro.
I really... So I've heard reviews say that they don't really get into the religious stuff. I really hope this isn't the only scene with that. I think it is. I think that's them saying, like, here, look, we're acknowledging it, but they're not going to show it. And, like, that kind of upsets me because I think something that's so compelling about Daredevil is his Catholic side. I think his struggle between him trying to be a servant for God, but also the devil of Hell's Kitchen is so cool. That's, like, my favorite thing about the character, but I understand that maybe, like, people don't care for it as much because I know a lot of people, when they talk about season 3, it's like, well, the religious stuff was probably my least favorite part. That was arguably my favorite part.
That was one of the best parts of it.
But it's just really drawn out. It's the first 3 episodes. It's really slow. So I get it. That was arguably my favorite stuff. That and, like, Bullseye. But, yeah. I mean, we'll see. I think that's what's going to be the case. I hope in the second season they get more into it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Fisk. Let's talk about Fisk a little bit.
Oh, man.
What do you think? So the contrast between him and Daredevil, I think, is one of the most interesting character dynamics, like, ever, where they're both in a place where they're trying to be different from each other, like, trying to be different people, but they both are slowly giving in. Matt at the end of the second episode, by the way, that fight against the cops is so good. When he flips the dude and he dude lands on his head.
Oh wait, are we talking about the second episode?
Yes, second episode. It's the end.
My bad. Are we still on the first episode?
You can talk about it. Yes, please. We'll go into the second episode in a second.
My bad. Because I wanted to bring up one more final thing that actually did make me love the episode a little bit more. The final shot of Fisk and Matt on the ground,
Fisk
and Fisk at the top, and then he had that red in the background.
And then
it was
Fisk
after
has
he was
the white.
elected. Bro, that shot with the music, I was like, holy crap! Yeah. This is how because the whole episode, everybody just keeps asking, "Where's Daredevil?" Or they're asking him, "Why aren't you Daredevil?" And he's like, "Nah, we don't need that no more. We don't need that." And the more and more through the episode, even when he's going back to his apartment and you hear the election stuff, Fisk, he's nowhere near, you can tell he's worried, but he's not trying to be worried. And then so when it finally hits him, he's like, Fisk won. Yeah. And he's walking through the city and all these people, there's people going crazy and there's people going against each other, going why would you want that guy in? Or people are why wouldn't you want that guy in? It's that atmosphere almost gave me vibes of the Batman when Robert Pattinson's Batman was walking through the crowd of people on Halloween. And he's just I'm here just watching, observing, trying to make sure the city's okay. But that's what it gave me with Matt when he was walking through, and then that music hitting in the background. I need to know that song. I'm going to listen to it on repeat because low key, and then even seeing his emotion and then him looking up to the sky with that red on him, I was like, oh. Yeah. Oh. Daredevil, born again. All right, that's how you do it. It's sick. That's how you set it up. And you see Fisk looking down at him too. I know it really wasn't him looking down at him, but it seemed like it.
That was the whole. Yeah.
But it's bro, that got me hyped for this season. I was going through the show or the first episode, and I'm like, all right, this is pretty good. But then that last scene, I was like, okay. That's how you end it. But now let's get into episode 2.
Real fast, and I think that's so dope about that shot. I don't know if this is intended, but thinking about Fisk being on top of the world because now he's mayor of New York, and Matt being on the ground because he lost his best friend and his world's just completely destroyed around him is so sad, especially with the red light and the white. It's just so good. Speaking of music real fast, do you like the new intro? The opening?
I like it. And
I do too.
I'm gonna be for real. I think the first one in season 1, and this might be a hot take, I think the first one's overrated. I think it's overrated.
You don't like the Daredevil theme?
I like Daredevil theme, but I don't think it's the greatest thing of all time. Because I remember going through Twitter, I would always see that stinking theme pop up, and it'd just be like,
you so much, bro.
I don't think
there's so much to that theme.
I think it looks good. Maybe I'm thinking about the sound, because the intro to it, I'm like, okay, this is cool, but it's I don't think it's the greatest thing we've ever seen ever.
Here's the thing. What makes the intro from the Netflix show so good is that the sound is so incredibly unsettling, and the images, when it's the red is on flowing over the angels or the church and all that stuff. I don't know. There's something so incredibly unsettling about it that just gets me in a vibe, bro. Yeah. It gets me, and it's so satisfying. I don't know. I love it. I'm obsessed. I think it's one of the best superhero themes we have, and I love that the new intro plays with it. It's different. It's definitely different. The opening is completely different, but then near the end of it, it starts playing with the original theme, and then it cuts back to the newer one, and it's so good. Yeah, and they feel so different. They feel the same but different. Yeah. They're both definitely a little bit unsettling and kind of creepy or whatever. This one seems a lot sadder. The new one. It's very much one note piano, and it kind of flows and then it goes into it. Or the other one was just louder. I feel like it's a lot louder.
Yeah. But I like the new one though.
I do too.
I do. Yeah. I love that, literally that helmet falling transition.
Oh yeah, it's so good. I didn't see a lot of discussion on it, so that's why I was curious what you thought.
I liked it. I just when it came to that first season, I was like, guys, it's good, but let's stop. Please. I don't think it's that the greatest thing of all time. I think it's good, but it's not the greatest thing of all time. But the new one, really good.
Episode 2, yeah. So episode 2, we have Fisk, officially mayor, getting fed up with all this you have to do this, you have to get that. He's like, well, I'm in charge, so I can just do whatever I want. I love it for his character. And I think there's something really interesting going on with Vanessa. Yeah. Vanessa cheated on Wilson. Yep. Crazy, man.
I was like, you gotta be dumb.
Come on.
You gotta be dumb.
Who do you think you are? But also, look, I'll never say cheating's valid. but Fisk left for months and months and months. Look, man, I don't rock with her decision, but from a character perspective, it makes sense with her character to do what she did. It just makes sense. So I'm really curious to see them in couples counseling. I think there's gonna be some great, like, really funny scenes, just like because seeing Fisk in couples counseling is so funny.
That was freaking crazy, bro. She over here she gives a whole paragraph on why she did what she did, why she feels the way she feels, and Fisk is like, "I'm just doing it for her."
Yeah, I thought I was right.
I was like, "Oh boy."
But and now Matt's like new girlfriend,
yeah.
right? They don't have labels, but like they're dating. Matt's partner right now is now roped into it.
Yep.
Unintentionally.
Yep.
It's good. I am happy that, and I like her too. I like the new girl. Do you remember what her name is? I don't remember what her name was.
I forgot her name.
But I like her a lot. I think there's a lot of potential for me to get really connected. I have a feeling she's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
She's gonna die.
Because
you know who's gonna kill her?
Homeboy.
Muse.
Yeah.
Because Muse shows up. And you know what's so funny is I didn't even think
called
about
him
it.
Mute. My bad.
Dude,
Muse.
I didn't even think about it. He shows up and he's like, "Can you sign my book?" And I'm like, who's this weirdo? He's probably, I was like, he's going to be something later. And then on Twitter, they're like, "We got your first look at Muse." And I'm like, oh.
You know what's crazy
that
too?
Makes sense.
I didn't know who the actor was for Muse, and I didn't know they were going to show us who he was. And then right when that guy showed up, I was like, wait. And then instantly, I remember him from Wednesday. And I was like, if they get him to play Muse, that'd be crazy. Like, before he said the one thing, when he said, "I need help," I was like,
oh, you definitely
is he Muse? And then right when somebody posted that thing on Twitter, I was like, that is the perfect person to play Muse.
Yeah, that just shows how dumb I am, bro. You're like, "Is that Muse?" I'm like, "Oh, that guy looks cool. He's probably important later."
That's
and
what I was
like,
thinking.
I just moved away. I was like, yeah. Yeah. For second episode, I don't think as good, but I liked it a lot. They're definitely on the same level for me, where I liked it a lot. Again, like, the action's still good. I like the White Tiger incorporation now. I like his story. Like, it feels like Punisher season 2, except different, definitely, because one guy's actually innocent. Punisher definitely wasn't. But yeah, I like what they're doing with White Tiger a lot, and it's, again, dude, it's really unfortunate that he passed away.
Yeah.
Like, it's really sad. But he's a great actor, and I would love to see him stick around. But now, like, they're probably gonna do his daughter. Like, I imagine they'll do Ava later. But
I need to come in.
The scene with the cops, dude, you know what drives me insane is I understand the cops are, like, bad, like, they're corrupt in this world, but, like, bro, like, he's like, "Hey, stop beating up that guy," and then, like, the guy runs away. They get to a full fight, and the guy, they just didn't think, like, "Yeah, I'm NYPD."
That's what I was thinking.
After the fact, I'm like, bro, he did knock them down, and I think that's why.
But because that was going to be one of my dislikes for it, where it was like, all right, if you're a police officer and you see somebody's trying to intrude in the situation, that's when you pull your badge out.
Yeah.
Because you already know you're going to stop
immediately.
Somebody. But this is the reason why I liked it. This is the reason why I liked that they didn't pull their badges out. They are dirty cops.
Yeah.
This is why.
That's
because
why
they didn't want the whole questions like, well, why are you questioning that guy? Or reasons. What's the reason?
They wanted an excuse to beat that guy up.
Exactly.
So by showing the badge, it was like, not White Tiger. They wanted an excuse to beat up the guy they had pinned up against the wall.
Yeah.
Because if they showed him his badge, it would have been like, wait, like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because at first, when he was like, "Oh, you just killed a cop," like, "Oh, screw that guy," I was like, "Well, you should have showed him your badge." But then I was like, "Wait, these are dirty cops."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, it makes sense. I like it now." Because I was fully gonna hate that episode like all around if they didn't show their badges. But now that there was a reason for it, I was like, "Okay,
yeah,
I mess with this."
They're cooking with his character a lot. I saw the scene in Daredevil is talking after the fact. When he's with the other attorney and he's talking to the judge and he's like, he didn't have he had no possession of his magic amulet, so he's not like, dude, that's so funny. Like, it's just like, it's like actual good law stuff where, like, I feel like in She-Hulk they tried to play with the whole like, well, he's this and that, so it's different here, but like, whoever was doing the writing for the law stuff definitely, I don't think, completely understood like how the law works. Where as opposed to Daredevil, it feels so much like the original show, where it's like Daredevil doing a great job being a lawyer, and now we're incorporating actual like superhero elements into it. It's just, it's so good. It's not just Punisher going out and killing people. It's like, well, this guy's a magical amulet that makes it powerful, and like, look, that has no like relation to this entire case because he wasn't even in possession of it. It was just cool to hear him talk like that. But I'm really curious to see where his character goes. I want to go. Do you have anything else about episode 2? Because I have one more thing.
I just want to say real quick, that's why I appreciate She-Hulk, though, for introducing that type of thing. Because we didn't really see...
It feels normal, for sure.
Yeah, well, we didn't really see how it would be to, like, represent people with superpowers or just superhumans in general. And then them introducing that honestly helped me for when Matt was like, well, he didn't have his amulet. Let's chill out now. Mm-hmm. Like, according to the law, he didn't have no powers when he was doing it, so he shouldn't be getting life for this. Come on. I like that. But
She-Hulk always just felt less serious. Like, I mean, it was a comedy technically. I think they would classify that show as a comedy.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%.
Even if you didn't think the show was funny.
And the crimes that were happening in there were kind of more silly too. So I mean,
Frogman, that guy's so rib it and rip it. That was my favorite line. Anyways, the last thing I was talking about for episode 2, before we do our annual cut. The fight with the cops is so good because there's so much like he's like, hey, leave now. They're coming for you, whatever. And the guys show up and he's like, hey, he's the lawyer. He's like, just shoot him. Who cares? Yeah. And he's like, please don't do this. Please don't do this. And then he's like, and like slams the dude on the floor. Bro. And then like punches the guy in the face. And it was just like raw Daredevil action. It's so good. It works on so many layers because he's like telling the cops, please stop. I don't want you to do this. But also telling himself, please, I don't want to do this. Yes. And then he just beats him up. It's so good.
Bro, I have the picture of his face during that. And I'm like, every single time I look at it, I'm like, dang, Daredevil came out. But like, I love it so much that obviously he was like, please don't do this. But obviously he was talking to himself a little bit too. Because I felt like it was an act when he was saying, please don't do this. Mm-hmm. But then like really, like when I watch it more, I'm like what you said, it's like he's talking to himself. But right when he cocks the gun, that sound, I love the way they edited that or messed with the sound on that. Because it felt like it was deeper than like a usual like click. It was like a long click, if anything.
Yeah, like he's hearing it.
Like, it almost felt like it was a switch, if you think about it. Like a switch to turn on Daredevil. That's how I took it. Because right when the gun goes down, because you've heard so many times in action movies, whatever, you hear a quick like click, and then it's like okay, but then like this, it was like click, and then all of a sudden. He turns into Daredevil. Slow motion for him, that's what it seemed like to me. And then right when that happened, I was like, nah, he's not going to fight him, is he? Like maybe something else will happen. But right when he went in, I was like, and he was fighting dirty, bro. Yeah, bro, he was fighting dirty. I was like, whoa. And then when he yelled, when he put his glasses back on, I was like, yeah. Okay, episode 3. Yeah, I'm in. Mm-hmm. I'm in.
Okay, we're going to end right now, but really fast. One more thing. Crazy thing that they do in the show was they bring back, what's his face is Benjamin, the reporter from the first season, his daughter. Yep. I'm so curious where that's going to go. I have no idea. Do you have any theories? I don't think Fisk is going to kill her. But I think she's going to find out that Fisk killed her dad. I think
Fisk is, she's obviously going to find out.
Fisk is going to tell her.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's going to build a team because remember that one guy who's with him? Mm-hmm. The young guy who's like really a huge fan. I love him, to be honest. I think he was also in another movie, some type of gangster movie. I forgot what it was, but he fits for it. I think he's going to build a team around him, her, and then somebody else.
To like control the message.
To like help spread the word through like young people. And then also like build an army, if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Mm-hmm. That's Daredevil Board again. Here's our annual cut. And we are back. Gonna talk about a couple more things. So I was trying to think of a transition.
Oh, my bad.
Speaking of Emmy Award nominated shows, let's talk about the Oscars.
That works out. Oscars 2025.
You watched it all?
I watched it all. I was having trouble because I was one of the people on Hulu who couldn't get on for a sec on their TV. Because apparently, for some reason, Hulu shut down.
Damn.
And it's because, well, I mean, it was probably exaggerated, but billions of people were trying to get on the Hulu to watch the Oscars because this was the first time they had Hulu on the Oscars or something like that.
Bro.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot of people, but I mean, the fact that even if it's like millions or something like that, I'm like, wow, that's
They didn't
pretty
post
cool.
anything about it being like a bigger year than they've ever had, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I was like tripping. Maybe it was just Hulu trying to like start some stuff, but it kept on showing reports of like, oh, like the live stream's down, this and that. Because I was wondering why I couldn't log in. I was like, did I change my password or something?
I could totally see Hulu being like, we didn't anticipate that many people to watch it.
That's
how
what
big it
literally
was.
the Twitter was.
But like that's probably just them, like that's marketing. That's just like it probably wasn't the case.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was just mad, but like I finally got in. I just watched it on my phone because that was what was logged in on Hulu. And I actually had a good time watching it and listening to all the awards.
It seemed good. It seemed good. And I was hating.
You were hating?
Remember, I mean, we it wasn't for the pod, but I was
Yeah.
talking about it before. Like, I hate the Oscars.
Oh,
I always
yeah,
have.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
an awful award show. But these past couple of years, they're proving me wrong, and it's making me kind of want to watch them now.
Well, maybe they're just taking the criticism that people are saying.
I think
and,
they
like,
finally
making it-
are, yeah.
Yeah, but the one gripe I had, I understand that, you know, like the Oscars is acting, like acting has roots with Broadway, and you got to show some live performances sometimes. I felt like there were way too many live performances.
How many were there? They had the
Wicked one.
Wicked one. They had the
James Bond.
which that one made no sense to me.
I think it was a celebration for something.
Is it James Bond's like
I think
25th year?
Yeah, I think it was an anniversary, but I was like, I think
is?
you need, yeah, I think you just need to pick
60th.
something though. I feel like it would have been better to honor it real quick, but like that whole musical number and the fact that Adele didn't come out, I was just biased with it because I wanted Adele to sing Skyfall. And I mean, I don't mind Doja Cat singing it. Like, I think she has a good voice no matter how her character is outside, but I wanted Adele to sing it. But I felt like that Wicked, James Bond, and then I forgot, I think it was Quincy Jones Celebration. All very good topics, but I think the length of it, I think it went to 4 hours.
Damn.
I kind of need y'all to hurry up a little bit more, like dumb these down a little bit. Not dumb it down, like cut it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that was the longest Oscars I've seen in a while. Like, I don't know, man. But it was still enjoyable to watch. Like, everybody had really nice speeches. Like, Kieran Culkin's speech was
I
so
watched
freaking
his.
funny.
He's so funny. Good for him. I'm really happy he won. I like him a lot.
What did he win again? Best Supporting
Yeah,
Actor?
best supporting actor for
A
I was gonna say-
comedy?
no, it was the one with why am I forgetting everyone's name all of a sudden?
No, you're good.
Jesse
Kieran Culkin.
Eisenberg. It was the movie he directed.
Oh,
Was
Real
it a Real
Pain.
Pain? There we go.
I'm just trying to remember the award because I guess it really was.
It was
just
best supporting actor.
Oh, the image doesn't come up for me.
Yeah.
That's what's the problem.
It was for
Okay.
sure best supporting actor. Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I liked the speeches. And what did you think of what actually, before we get into it, because I want to talk about the big awards, but I'm so happy that Wicked won an award.
But costume design, right?
Yep, best costume design. I'm so glad that Flo won, even though I really wanted the Wild Robot to win.
So dope. That's the one I wanted to
Yeah.
talk about. I didn't watch Flo, but someone at my church told me to watch Flo because he took his kids and he was like,
Yeah.
"You got to watch this movie." If you guys don't know, it's been everywhere lately, but
Yeah.
Flo was made completely on Blender.
Yeah.
A free software. This movie was made, I think, by one dude.
Yeah.
This movie has no dialogue. It's made by one dude on a free software, and it won Best Animated Picture at the Oscars.
Yes.
And was going up against DreamWorks. Was Pixar on there too?
It was going up against Inside Out 2,
Yeah.
Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance
I heard that was
Most Foul,
so funny.
and The Wild Robot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy. So good for that guy. He cooked. Oh my gosh, congratulations. You deserve the world.
I was literally happy. And everybody looked at me because they're like, you love The Wild Robot. I'm like, yeah, but I keep hearing good things about Flo.
For the culture, bro. It's for the culture.
I've seen a couple clips and I'm like, yo, this looks pretty cool. And if it's no dialogue, like, I kind of like understand. I understand it. But I'm happy it won because I'm not going to lie. If Inside Out 2 won, I would have been like, all right, bro.
Yeah, it's shot.
I don't think. I
Wild
don't
Robot
hate.
was second for sure.
Oh yeah, I don't think Inside Out 2 is like really like that bad of a movie. I just think that like it doesn't deserve the win over The Wild Robot.
No. Yeah,
That's
I
what
agree.
I'm saying. But best cinematography, The Brutalist. I was so happy when it
So
won.
I didn't see The Brutalist. Dune 2 did or didn't get nominated for that?
No, Dune Part 2 did, and probably it would have won, or Nosferatu.
Yes, I know that was the other one. People were saying that one should have won.
Yeah, but
Was The Brutalist really? I've never seen anything from The Brutalist.
I just thought The Brutalist looked amazing.
Uh-huh.
Like every single shot, and even like that scene of them building that first like building or the private library for that one guy, I just thought that was like, it made me want to be an architect, because I was like, bro, the way they're building this, the way he's talking, and the way they opened up like that bookshelf to open up the room, and even the chair in the middle, I just thought like that shot was so good. And even more shots in the future, I was like, bro, they really went into like even the coloring and like, or not coloring, lighting of certain things. It just looked so good. And I was just like, I need this to win an award for something. So when it won Best Cinematography, I mean, I love Dune Part 2, but The Brutalist just looks amazing.
Yeah, and we can just jump into it. Adrian Brody also won Best Actor.
Yeah.
And officially has the longest Oscar speech ever. How long did he talk for? Like 5 minutes?
I think it was like, it was probably 5 minutes. It was a long speech, but I loved it.
So this is happened in my world really fast. This has happened before at the Game Awards, where the guy that plays Kratos, Christopher Judge, his speech was, I think, 7 minutes. It was like 5 to 7 minutes.
Wow.
So then the following year, they like made sure that didn't happen. So they like cut it down to like 30 seconds to it was like a minute long speech.
Whoa.
And you have to remember, a lot of people that work on video games speak Japanese.
Oh no.
So like you'd just be like talking, and then they have their translator talk, and it's like, please wrap it up, please wrap it up. And it's like, dude, it was such a mess.
Oh
gosh.
gosh.
I wonder if that's gonna happen here. I doubt it. I think the Oscars is a lot more like let them talk, which is how it should be.
Yeah.
But good for him.
Oh yeah, no, real quick. I just wanted to highlight one more thing before we get into those big awards like that. I just want to say the only award I wanted Emilia Perez to win was actress in a supporting role, Zoe Saldana.
Ariana Grande should have won.
In
Best Supporting Actress, she should have won.
I mean, I loved her in Wicked, don't get me wrong, but Zoe Saldana and Emilia Perez, she was the only character I liked in that movie, only because she seemed like the main character of that movie. Like, she seemed like the way I took her performance in Emilia Perez was she was kind of like us, just like going through it and like trying to understand what the heck is going on and like how to navigate this life. And I feel like she just had a bigger impact in that movie than anything else. Like with Ariana Grande, she was good, but it was clearly Cynthia Erivo who took control of that because she's the main character. But
like that's what the best supporting role was.
But I feel like there was other characters in that movie in Wicked that also did had the same type of feel as Ariana Grande. With Zoe Saldana, it's like she was the only she was literally the supporting role. She sounds like
she was the character.
Yeah, but Emilia Perez was the character too. She was in it.
No,
obviously.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Zoe Saldana sounds like the only character that people were like, oh yeah, she should win something for that. Yeah. But like, I don't know. I just don't think Emilia Perez should have even been like here because people don't like that movie. People don't like the movie, so I don't know why it's there. But I know people liked her.
I think she deserves it.
Yeah.
But getting to the big awards and talking about the leading best actor in the leading role, right?
Who won? Yeah, it was Adrian Brody.
Yeah, I loved his speech. I
didn't listen to it.
He was just I could really feel his emotion, and I could really just like I didn't think he was gonna go that big. I thought he was gonna talk real quick and then get off. But right when they started playing the music, and I felt like he was making a point.
Turn that music off. I want to keep going.
Yeah,
right?
but yeah, but everyone like when the music would come on, they'd be like, "Oh shoot," and they'd shout something out real quick and then leave. But he was like, "Hey, I know how it's gonna go. Can y'all turn the music off, please? Can you?" And he had emotion in him though. I was like, "Oh wait, he's gonna say something important," and he really did. He brought up some life stuff and like I just feel like it was the right speech at the right time.
Yeah. And
I feel like it was super important. I feel like it was very good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was long, but I feel like it was worth it.
Yeah.
But getting the big awards here.
Best actress.
Best actress, Mikey Madison.
That's all I'm saying.
That
her and Demi Moore were gonna win.
I thought Demi Moore was gonna get it.
People said that she probably should have got it, but cool for the culture that Mikey Madison won because I don't know if you saw, she's the second actress ever born in the 90s to win an Oscar, win like a best.
Whoa.
The only other person is, can you guess?
Best actress in the 90s. I'm thinking Halle Berry. No, it's not her. It's not.
Halle Berry's not old, but like way older.
Well, actually, she's 50.
Yeah.
And I'm shook by that because she looks amazing. But
Riz? Sorry.
But I can't think.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah, I forgot when she got one, but she got one young. It was like one of her first movies.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this was cool because I don't know if you saw a stat like for the Oscars, dude. The Oscars give so much love to old people. They always give love to the old people. So a lot of these younger like stars, don't get any respect at the Oscars. So it was cool to see that she won, especially for her like fourth movie, like feature, like big. This is like her fourth one. Crazy. It's good for her.
I also like that. What's his name? The director of the movie, Sean Baker, shouted out Quentin Tarantino, who was presenting the Best Director award, and he said that if it weren't for you casting Mikey Madison in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I probably would have known who she was. And I was like, that is cool, bro.
Sick. Yeah,
that is cool. Like the fact that he presented, or Quentin Tarantino presented the Best Director award, and then he's getting like props for being the best director and influencing a director winning that award. I was like, that is so cool, bro. That is so cool. But I love that, and I love that Mikey Madison won. Quick question. Did you think that Cynthia Erivo or Carla Sofia Gascon should have won it over Mikey Madison? Just to ask.
No. With not even watching Anora or The Substance, no. I just don't. Cynthia Erivo is so talented. She's really good in that movie, but like, again, I think the, what's the word? What Demi Moore and Mikey Madison were doing in their movies, I think, was way more than what Cynthia did. Yeah. And that's like no shade to her. I loved Wicked. I actually watched Wicked, you know? But like, again, I think like you have characters like Ariana Grande is on par with Cynthia, I think, in that movie. I think they're on like the same level. Mikey Madison and Demi Moore took over their movies. Yeah. And I think, Carla Sofia Gascon shouldn't even gotten nominated for that award because like people talk more about Zoe Saldana than they do even her.
I was honestly shook seeing her name right there. I was like, what?
So, well, you get nominated for Best Picture, your actress got to get nominated for the awards, you know? Like, that just makes sense.
It should have just been Zoe Saldana.
But yeah, so, no, I don't think they should have gotten it.
Now, what do you think about Best Leading Actor? Do you think that Adrian Brody should have won? Timothy Chalamet? Because honestly, this was stacked, bro.
Yeah,
this
it was.
A stacked
for the culture, I wanted Timothy Chalamet to win because if you saw, did you see his speech? Oh my gosh, what award show was it? Where he was like,
it was either the BAFTA or it was the
It was
Golden
the BAFTA.
Globes?
It was the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want to be the best.
Yep.
I want to be the next one. Like, I want to be the great. It felt like the Whiplash scene when he's talking to his girlfriend, and people were like, that's what he's gonna say. What's his Kylie? It's Kylie Jenner, right? That's who he's dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, he's gonna tell her that and break up with her. Like, dude, I would have loved for him to win for the culture. I was surprised that Sebastian Stan won for playing Trump. The Apprentice, right?
Oh, he got a nomination?
Yeah, he got a nomination.
Okay, I thought you
said
said
I said one.
Like,
I might have said one. Sorry, I was surprised he got nominated because I think a lot of people were that watched that movie said it was good, but I think a lot of people were uncomfortable with that movie. Like even Sebastian Stan said he took the role because he likes He likes being uncomfortable. Yeah. So I just think that was interesting that he even got nominated. I don't know anything about Conclave. You watched Sing Sing, right? Or no?
I watched Conclave, but I didn't get to see Sing Sing. But I know Coleman Domingo killed it in that movie, and even the couple of clips that I've seen, he shows a lot of emotion. But with Rafe Fiennes, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Brody, I wouldn't have been mad if he won Best Actor. I wouldn't have been mad. I loved Adrian Brody. He was probably
the other one. Yeah, I think him, Timothy, and Adrian Brody were the three. If I looked at this list, probably. I know this sounds bad as we're on a movie podcast. I promise this year I'll do a way better job of watching movies.
It's okay.
But I would have been like Adrian Brody's for sure going to win. Just for the way people talk about The Brutalist.
Yeah, I honestly thought he wasn't going to win because of the whole AI thing. But I was like, it was a couple conversations.
Crazy. Yeah. I didn't know that.
It was like they fine-tuned a couple dialogue things for the language.
I don't like it though. I just... Maybe that is good use of AI. Yeah. Maybe it is. Because it doesn't take away his acting. Yeah. It doesn't take away like the writing or the directing or anything that like, but how close are we going to start walking this line until we're completely on the other side and we're just like getting like fake people making movies?
That's true.
So I don't know. Like that's something I like love to see like later. Cause I think sure maybe it's a benefit because that makes the movie better. And like people use, I feel like it's like to the same degree where like people will use autotune to make themselves sound better.
That's
like, that's like the same thing, but again, it's just like a scary line. But yeah, I think he deserved it. That makes sense.
I'm not too mad about it. I understand the fear of it, but I think this should be a lesson right here. Like for example, James Cameron for Avatar: Fire and Ash, he's gonna be putting a a warning
There's,
or
like, no AI
a
was using
notice.
this movie.
Yeah. So I feel like from here on out, if you do use it, especially to that length, just say where you used it, provide evidence, and then see if it could still be nominated for an award or not.
Yeah.
But that's what I think about it. Sean Baker, 4 awards. Bless you. 4 Oscars.
Best director, best picture, best
Film editing,
and
then best. We said best picture, best director, best film editing, and then what was the last thing he did? Was it best screenplay?
Best screenplay. That makes sense. You watched Anora. Do you think we deserve these?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. That was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. I thought, as a whole, it was such it was hard because when I finished it, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna win, only because I really enjoyed it, and I think in the past I was so used to the movies I enjoyed not winning. But overall, it was just such a good story, such a good movie. The acting and the dialogue and the editing for some different things was so good. But that movie, it was just really fun and really nice. Mikey Madison in that movie, one thing that I was talking about when I finished the movie, I was like, what if, and I'm just saying what if, the reason why everybody loves this is because at the start of the movie, she's in control of everything. And it seems like she has everything figured out. And then she's introduced into a new world. And she's thrown off by certain things. She's being disrespected. And next thing you know, that's what's screwing with her. And what if the way, and I'm just saying, I'm not going to spoil too much. It's just the way she goes through the rest of that movie towards the end, the second part of it. It's the way she's reacting, the way she's moving is so good, bro. I don't know. That's how I took it. But I'm what if that's why? Well, that's what transcends the movie so much better, because the people around her, really good. The characters. And I remember when she got the award, the one guy that she was romantically involved with later in the movie, gave her a huge hug and was so happy, so excited. Even the guy that she was with earlier came over, and you could tell their characters, those were really dumb. Those are really dumb. Not the evil part of him. Forgot his name. The main guy in the movie, or what was his name? He was the Russian kid. I don't know. The Russian kid. But either way.
Zakharov?
Zakharov,
yeah.
Yeah, probably him. But they were both there, and they were both pretty much looking like the same characters they acted in Anora. And I was like, that is so cool that they're embracing, they're going yo, you deserve this. But that just shows you how good and tight the movie was, bro. The cast, the directing, this and that. So I think Sean Baker deserved the 4 awards. Mikey Madison deserved it. I think, I wouldn't even be mad if Anora won all the awards.
Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong here.
Except for costume design.
When you asked me what did I think was going to win Best Picture, I said Anora, right? I'm pretty sure I did.
What were the options?
It was Anora, The Substance, The Brutalist, Conclave, A Complete Unknown, and...
There were 10.
I think you said it.
Dune 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said Anora.
Yeah.
I'm pretty... I want to do the predictions next year, because even though I watched, I think, 2 of the movies that got nominated, I think I would have gotten almost every single one right.
You probably would have.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that hard. I knew Anora was going to win. I knew Mikey Madison was going to win. It was pretty obvious, but I think you have a good award show when there's very few surprises.
Yeah.
That just means things that should have won. And I think in this case this year, there's a lot of things you could have gone in either direction. But say The Substance won, or this movie won, Conclave, The Brutalist. I think it's good when people aren't mad. Oh, that makes sense. And I'm happy to see that not too many movies got won and it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's why I was trying to highlight the smaller awards too, because I feel the movie, for example, Dune Part 2, I got snubbed on Best Director and Best Sound, or Best Hans Zimmer wasn't nominated for an award, but it still won 2 Oscars, and I'm happy about that.
Visual effects, right?
Yeah. So I'm still happy about that. I'm happy that Wicked won 1. I'm happy that Conclave won 1.
Wicked won the one it should have too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, like you said, it was overall a really good award show. I'm trying to think of what else I'm missing.
I don't know if anything else really happened. It seemed very the best way it seemed very uneventful. But
I know Amelia Perez won 2 Oscars, but it was Zoe
Best
Saldana.
Original Song and Best.
Yeah. It was not really crazy, but if it won Best Picture, we would have. I would have.
We need one surprise in a show. We need one surprise.
But I'm just glad that the awards that did win.
All right.
On to
Let's
Invincible.
talk about it. All right, guys. Spoilers for Invincible, Season 3, Episode 6 and 7. Next week is the finale. And if I'm being honest, I'm sad.
Yeah.
I don't want the show to end. I really don't. Like, I wish they would do what they did with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where it would just, like they kept going until it was done. I'm glad these people get their time to work on it, though. That's what they need. But, Phil, what did you think about Episode 6 and 7?
Well.
You want to give me a number score?
Oh, yeah, I want to give you a number score. Episode 6, I'm giving a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Episode 7, I'm giving it 10 out of 10.
Episode 6, I'm giving it 10 out of 10. Episode 7, I'm giving it 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Both episodes, to me, are perfect examples of why I love this show so much, because they're two different. 7 is big. 6 a lot slower, and it's very, like, villain of the week. You know, like, but it's perfect.
Oh,
That's how I want a villain of the week. A character that I genuinely feel bad for, but I also think is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Invincible, like, what do you, like, I don't know, like, when you can feel exactly how the character's feeling in the show, where you're like, what do you do in this situation?
Exactly.
He's not completely wrong, but he's also kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just worked for me really well. And then episode 7, dude. Invincible War, it's freaking exceptional.
That was crazy.
It's so good. It's so good. And they add so much to the comic. Not actually, I don't want to say so much. But they add a couple things that I loved. I know we don't like talking too much comic talk here, but since it came out, like, I want to talk about some of the similarities. I won't talk about anything after. But like the Omnivincible and
that was crazy.
Mask Invincible, that them fighting Eve and Mark, that doesn't happen in the comic book.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was so good. That's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like that I love. They draw out the Mark-verse Angstrom fight way more in the show than they do in the comic. I think in the comic, it's like 4 to 5 panels.
It's quick.
It's so fast. This dude, it's like a full thing. So good. What else, dude? I don't know. It just feels like everything, like, they've done such a great job developing it.
Yeah.
It feels like every character that was, like, maybe going through something, when, like, the camera cuts to, like, let's say the Guardians of the Globe with Shapesmith and Black Samson, you see them all messed up.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, like, holy crap. But then you see Immortal and you're like, who cares? This guy sucks. Bro got pieced up. I'm sorry, dude. How are you going toe-to-toe, basically, with Omni-Man, and you lost to Invincible? Like, a weaker version of Invincible.
Yeah.
What happened, bro? He fell off so hard. But
I mean, you know how I feel about Immortal, bro, but, like, I just don't like him. I never have. And the fact that once again he gets his head chopped off, and then this time it was way more disrespectful.
And then he throws it at Duplicate, bro.
No, not just that. Brody kicks the head up like a soccer ball and throws it at Duplicate.
Dirty. That was so dirty.
Bro, I literally looked at that, and then after he was like, dang it, man, I killed him too quick again. I was like,
bro,
that is so savage.
Yeah.
But I do want to I want to bring this one thing up. So before I do, though, I want to say how much I love that Robert Kirkman is involved with the show, like, heavily. It almost seems like he's a sticking director of it. He might be, but I know there's other people involved with it, like Seth Rogen and this and that. But he's going through, he's deciding what is important to tell and what can be changed up, obviously. But, like, for example, like you said, Omnivincible and, like, the Masked, whatever, the Executioner Invincible, like, those weren't in the show, but it made it more, I mean, in the comic book, but it made it more impactful in the show.
Omnivincible dies in the comic book, fun fact. Yeah.
Okay. I got to read it again.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me that, all right, I'll just bring this comment up because I'm thinking about it and I'm like,
let's do it.
It's changed. That's why I'm bringing it up. All right, so on Instagram, a person named Hip Like Curly commented on the post and said, yes, Zack Snyder is the blueprint, even though the show is based off the comics that came out years earlier. But yeah, sure. So this is referring to a clip about the season 3, episode 6 of the beginning of the Powerplex arc. We all know the stuff that happened earlier in episode 6 did not happen in the comic books. And I'm talking about his literal point of view of Invincible fighting Omni-Man in season 1. That did not happen, or that it wasn't shown to us in the comics. So the reason why I say Zack Snyder's the blueprint is because right when he's coming out of a building, instantly, destruction, he flies, he gets knocked out for a sec, wakes up, sees Invincible standing over his sister, right? His sister's dead body and holding her arm. Because in season 1, those were the same two people he tried to save before.
I loved that callback so
that
much.
was
I loved it.
Oh my gosh, that was so good and so well executed. Because if you remember season 1, episode 8, you remember that was like Invincible's first like super serious like crazy fights, and he's trying to help as many people as possible, and all of them are dying, and him almost saving that mom and daughter, and then him holding onto that arm. We remember his point of view of it. It's like holy crap. But then seeing Powerplex's point of view,
it's so different,
and not knowing what's going on, and then seeing just the first image is him just holding his sister's arm, even though that's not what really happened, but that's what he sees. And then him flying off, it's like, whoa. Yeah. Okay, we understand why he's mad. He's confused. But it gave us more depth, because I was reading the comic again, and I'm like, oh, we don't really understand why he's doing all this. And then he tells later, like, oh, for Jessica. And then we don't know who the heck Jessica is. But then later he's like, oh, remember in the fight with you and Omni-Man? But seeing it in the show like that, that was crazy. And that definitely reminded me of Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah,
I'll be
you
for
immediately
real.
resonate with him, too. Like, seeing that. Like,
yeah.
So harshly, because seeing like a human's point of view when the world is like destroying around you, for me, yes, it's very obviously a reference to Batman vs Superman. That's what my first thought was. Instantly. Oh, this is so cool. I like it so much more than Batman vs Superman because a lot of it was like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here. I'm like fuzzy on Batman vs Superman, but like Batman's whole reason for hating Superman was, look at the destruction that you being here and your like family like coming here, look what it's causing. Whereas opposed to Powerplex, it was, no, like you literally let my family die. Yeah. You know, like, because to him, he's not seeing like Mark. He sees it briefly, but then he gets knocked out. Yeah. Where he's like pushing up against the thing. Exactly. He doesn't see where he like tries to grab him and hold on to them, and then the building falls, whatever. Yeah. So literally to Powerplex, it's no. You probably killed my family. You and Omni-Man fighting. I couldn't really get behind Batman's reason for hating Superman completely. Like, hating him. Yeah. I understand not liking him. But, like, to be fair, like, you can see Superman very obviously trying to protect the world. Yeah. But Scott's entire perspective was, like, oh, look at you push against this building. Look at you fall through a building. And then your dad pick you up and fly away. Yeah. Doesn't look like you did anything. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just like the perspective more, and I feel like you're able to resonate with him way more than you were with Batman.
I am going to agree with you, only because I love this execution. Now, I believe me, I do love Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition. I do. But the way it was executed in here, you put it perfectly. Like, his point of view showed pieces of what happened compared to Batman's point of view, where you can, like you said, clearly see Superman trying to defend the world like it just happened. His point of view showed like to us that, whoa, from his point of view, Invincible looks like the evil guy who literally just came in and smashed everything. Batman's point of view was, look what you did, bro. Look what type of fight you brought in. Like, you ruined everything. I'm gonna kill you now. That's what I love.
Did Batman even lose anyone important, like, when that happened?
Yes,
they say someone's name, right? But it's like, who is that?
Well, not just that. He had a phone call because it's somebody who's in charge of his building. So I think we don't. The only difference is we don't understand how much. That's my gripe with the execution of it. We don't understand how deep it was. Like, maybe in the show you could give us like what they. That's what I love too about Invincible season 3, episode 6. They showed his name's Scott Powerplex. Talking with the two, his sister and her daughter, before it happens, and it gives us like, shows us their relationship, and that was perfect compared to in Batman vs Superman, where it's like, Scott, how's the building? Like, is everything okay? Like, how are you? And I understand, like, yeah, it still shows that maybe he does know this person out of work and everything, but we still don't have enough time to like get to know.
We don't actually know that, you know?
Yeah, we don't actually know that. We could, for all we know, it's just a work friend that he just knows pretty well. But with this, that's his sister. That's his niece. They both died, and then all he saw was pieces. All he saw was Invincible fly off. So that's why I love that scene so much, bro. And it hit harder because I was like, wow, like, this is a reasonable thing compared to the comic books where it's just like, we don't know what the heck's going on. We don't know why this guy's putting on a suit and like testing it. This,
because it's a lot more drawn out. Like the mystery behind it's a lot more
Yeah,
drawn out.
it was like it showed us exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah. And then episode 7, do you have like a lot to say about like the whole war, just other than the fact that it was so dope? Is there anything specific you want to talk about? Like,
it's just so hard to like differentiate it because I think it just went so well with the comics. I just think the Angstrom Levy one, definitely more emotion there. Like,
oh, dude,
with
yeah.
the drones
when
and everything.
He's holding like this, and then
Oh
like
my
he takes
gosh,
a step in, and then he just like, and the music hits. It's so good. Yeah, that ripped. Oh
That
my
was so
gosh.
good. But I'm trying to think of what else was like really good. Obviously, Homeboy shows up, but
Yeah, I want to talk about that at the end.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that yet, but I'm trying to think of any maybe all the Invincibles. I love how Steven voiced
Yes,
them.
you're right. Oh my gosh. Yes, dude.
Yes.
That was so good.
That
I
was so
forgot about
good.
that. He made every single one actually feel different.
And they all sounded different too.
Yes. Oh my
Like
gosh.
when I first heard that, like saw that, because I love the whoever is in charge of Invincible social media account on Instagram or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Invincible.
like
Go.
I love it because when they first showed that post saying Stephen Wan was
Yes, and
voicing
it was like
everyone,
yeah.
I was thinking, okay, he's just gonna voice them, or maybe like it'll be silent for a couple of them. Every single one was different. Every single one. That's awesome. That was very good voice acting, and like my favorite one had to be the Joker one inside the tower, killing all the, like when we were talking about. I call him Joker because he seemed as crazy as the Joker.
Which one?
The one where
What does he look like? What's his
Immortal was fighting him.
Oh, the no goggles one?
Yeah. He was fighting him inside the tower, and then remember he was doing everything like Omni-Man. He grabbed stinking
Yes, Darkwing and he
Darkwing and slammed it. I was like, whoa, wait.
And I was like, do it again. He didn't get to do it again.
I felt bad for Shay Smith though. When he was making fun of Shay Smith, I was like, he was like,
that guy's so weird. What did he say?
he was like, oh no, you're gonna unalive me. Oh no. I was like, bro, I love this Invincible and hate him at the same time because he's just being so disrespectful. And then when Immortal punched him, he's like, bro, you ruined the vibes.
Yeah.
I was like,
bro,
this is so perfect, bro.
you really get to see their difference when they're all standing in the circle around each other. And like Mohawk Invincible is like, wait, you're such a loser, because the one in the mess like, oh, I miss my mom, like I want to bring her back. And then the other one was like, I miss William. And like those two were kind of similar, but it's like the Omni Invincible being very like cold, and just like Cape Invincible being very much like crazy, and like just like Mohawk Invincible being like kind of like a douche, like he's very cocky. I don't know. There's just so much, like you can tell that from like 7 lines of dialogue that they have, because Stephen Ewan like does it so good. He's very talented. I like him a lot. He's so good. Now let's talk about our guy showing up. The reveal of Conquest. And I want to talk about the one thing we can talk about.
Yeah.
Is what's so cool is who's voicing him. Here's the thing. Do you like the voice?
Yes.
I'm not sold.
I like it.
I wish it was a lot more like, I think the best word I could say is booming. Like it doesn't have that like big, like scary, like Thanos like thing, which is how I always envisioned like Conquest to sound. I wanted the dude that voices, if anyone's ever played God of War Ragnarok, I really wanted the dude that voices Thor in that game to play Conquest, but it didn't happen. It's Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yep.
Who, I'm going to spoil The Walking Dead for you guys.
Oh, I know.
Spoilers for The Walking Dead. Here is a wrestling WWE reference, Walking Dead reference, and Invincible reference all in one Walking Dead tweet. And producer, I think you'll like this, so listen closely. Okay? So Jeffrey Dean Morgan is voicing Conquest, and if you guys don't know, in The Walking Dead, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character kills Stephen Ewan's character.
Yeah.
And that was a big like turn off for a lot of people. A lot of people hated it. So them now obviously fighting again in Invincible.
Yep.
The Walking Dead Twitter tweeted, they're like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, destined to do this forever. If you guys don't know, in WWE, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are two wrestlers that also always fight each other. Like, no matter what, they're always going to fight. So, I don't know. I just love that tweet a lot. I retweeted it. But it's really cool, like, reference, like, even if it was intentional or not. I think it was. Robert Kirkman being, obviously, showrunner of Walking Dead and creating both Walking Dead and Invincible, like, to me, it feels like a reference. Like, he's like, all right, let's have him fight again. Let's have him duke it out. And I wasn't sold on the voice again. Like, I don't love it. I don't hate it though. I'm not like this sucks. I was just expecting something different, and I think that's valid.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, as long I'm not turned off by it though. I want to see him. He has an entire episode to cook, so we'll see. We'll see if I like him by the end. That's something you guys will have to wait till next week.
Nah.
But anything else you want to say about Invincible?
I don't mind you saying that, like, without a doubt, because I think it's valid. But it just sucks because I want to say this, but like I feel like it's a spoiler. The reason why I love that voice is because I feel like they're just getting us ready for something else.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say, for something else.
We'll talk about it off. There's something I want to talk about to you about
Yeah.
off camera that I think maybe we have the same thing in mind.
Yeah, but that's the reason why like I love this too, because he sounds fine to me. Like for Conquest, he sounds fine.
I've heard it a lot of times now, and I think I'm getting a little bit more comfortable. Like I'm
Exactly.
getting used to it, but it just wasn't what I was expecting.
I think he's gonna cook in episode 8 too, but like I just think that they are saving somebody else for something else. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it cryptic because I know hella people hate it when they get spoiled for stuff like that.
And Invincible fans love spoiling the comics so much.
Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like some of them fans kind of got into it. Like they aren't, because we're talking about the one fan, the one person who.
But yeah,
who be
people
posting it
don't.
over and
People
over again.
love spoiling Invincible. So like, for all you people that know the comic, can we just please refrain
Yeah.
from spoiling it? Like, I just don't understand. I've made sure to tell my friends, like, stay away from socials for like when the season's done, because I think like for them it'll die down. A beef that I do have, even outside of the comic, like real fast, is y'all spoil the episode like the morning it comes out.
That is true.
I wake up at 8 a.m. and I'm like, why am I already seeing Invincible? The episode came out at 12 o'clock. Luckily for me, I stay up, so I watch it, so I'm not really seeing anything. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about today?
Nah, like stop spoiling stuff when it comes out 2 or 3 hours after.
Yeah, bro,
Please.
give us a day. Give us a day.
No. Give us like 2 days, man. Because there's
Dude.
some people who can't literally watch stuff right after.
Daredevil came out at 6 on Tuesday, and I
That
probably
annoyed
didn't
me.
see anything about it until like the full next day.
Yeah.
Like 6 o'clock the next day. Because I went on Twitter on accident. I was like, I'm gonna stay off Twitter.
Yeah.
Went on it once, and I was like, oh, I'm not seeing anything. Like, thank God. And I turned it off. But I was basically seeing nothing. Now I'm seeing a bunch of Daredevil stuff. It's crazy how different it is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Film Podcast, where we talk about news in the way that anyone can enjoy.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next week.
Peace.